everyone. Lisa Steffen, your mortgage professional at American Pacific Mortgage, and welcome to Market Monday. I'm really excited today to have Jake Bond of the Bond team and RSVP Realty here with me today, and we are going to talk VA. But first, Jake, welcome, and can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you enjoy doing when you're not doing real estate?
Yeah, getting out of the house, definitely. We're in this isolation right now. A little bit about me. I've been a real estate agent since 2012. I used to be in the Marine Corps, so our team and myself specialize in VA buyers, and we really like to get out there and help veterans get into properties when we're not stuck here at home.
Right, right. Well, thank you for your service. And there are a lot of veterans looking to purchase homes. And one of the benefits is VA financing and being able to do that. So in your experience and kind of my experience, I know sometimes there are sellers that may have concerns on buyers that are purchasing with VA. Can you share some information as far as myths and facts on that?
Yeah, it's not just sellers, lenders, real estate agents, everybody involved in the process. There's so many myths out there. I think my top two myths are going to be it takes longer to close a VA loan, and it costs the seller more money to take on a VA loan. Those are really damaging myths to both buyer and seller. From a buyer standpoint, it prevents them from, getting an opportunity to purchase a home. And from a seller standpoint, you're just eliminating potential buyers that are going to give you money for your home. Myth number one is it takes longer. In fact, this has been perpetuated from the real estate standpoint, from them thinking that appraisals are going to take 20, 30 days to process. And really, I just closed on a VA loan. It took the appraiser 10 days to get out, do the appraisal, and get the report back. I am aware that the VA online is saying 14 business days, but that's just not what we're seeing. Maybe in rural areas, but for the most part, VA loans are able to close in a 30 to 35 day timeline.
Right, right. And I think that is so interesting because there are so many people sometimes think that maybe they're not as qualified as somebody that's putting down, but it's a benefit for the veterans serving our country and an opportunity to get in there. And they're great loans. I can experience that myself too. So
Well, and from the real estate standpoint, it's the sellers, it's about money, but it goes beyond that too. It's about helping a veteran who has prior served get into a property, and you can do it and make a lot of money from it. So it's kind of a win-win.
yeah.
That second myth though is it costs more money to take on a VA loan by a seller. And this is basically not true. You have sellers out there that are conned by agents and lenders that they're going to have to pay certain non-allowable fees, when really it's a negotiation. There are fees that buyers are not going to be able to pay, but that doesn't mean that the seller has to pay them. So there's other ways of taking care of this, and you can still allow VA buyers to be in your buyer pool, which will ultimately get you more money.
Right, that's great. So what about listing a home? So, there are those myths on it. When you have a client that's listing a home, and as we know, there's conventional financing and government financing and that. And I know a lot of people think, again, oh, there's something different with it. Do you have your sellers do anything special or different so that it's a VA eligible home compared to if it wasn't?
So what you're asking about is MPRs, minimum property requirements. The VA is a government organization. They have a big book of instructions to guide appraisers and the lending process for the VA home loan. That being said, 90% of homes out there are going to be VA qualified. Really, if you want to break down what VA appraisers and the loan is looking for in a house, you need to talk about safety, structurally sound, and sanitary. Sanitary should be really easygoing for everybody. Just make sure your house is clean. The structurally sound, we're not looking for roofs that are caved in. We're not looking for siding that's being peeled off, flooring that's torn up. And then the safety aspect of it, graspable handrails, carbon monoxide detectors. Really, these are all things that you should do when you're selling your home to anyone. Any buyer or regular appraiser are going to have issues if there's a hole in the roof, or there's, the paint is chipped off the entire side of the house. So where VA loans have problems are your extreme fixer-uppers, and that's going to be a low amount of people. So my advice to sellers who want to include VA buyers and FHA buyers in their pool of potential purchasers, you just go through the basic steps of getting your house ready. Make sure it's clean, sanitary, and that you have no major issues that are going to prevent financing.
Right. Yeah, it's all about health and safety issues, right?
Being basic, civilized human beings.
Exactly. So you've done, I know we've both done a lot of VA. Those are awesome clients to work with, and great loans, and that. There are people that don't. So why is it, do you think experience matters with the knowledge and that for doing VA?
So it is shocking to me every day on how many people I run into, both veterans and in the industry, that don't have a grasp of how the VA loan works. Experience in going through the VA loan process is important because a lot of the negatives you hear about this loan are from people who aren't reading simple instructions about the VA loan and who don't know things that are going to cause hiccups during the process. One of the biggest thing is when VA buyers want to buy a condo. These condos have to be on an approved list. So getting a real estate agent that understands how to look up this approved list and vet these condos will save both the lenders and the buyers a lot of time and hassle so that they can put their best foot forward. Another thing that I've seen that lenders, overlook often is disability ratings. And if you have a disability compensation rating as a veteran, they can save you a lot of money with your VA loan benefit.
Right, with the funding fee on that. So do you find, as if you have a client, a VA client that is looking at condos, and you are looking at potential, do you see often where something is listed as VA eligible and then you do your research and it's not?
Yes, and there's, from that aspect, it can be challenging and frustrating for a veteran to find a property they like, get emotionally invested, and then find out they're not qualified. But actually, the bigger problem is the opposite. Finding properties that say they're not VA eligible because the real estate agent doesn't know how to look up the eligibility. So they just don't list it as a VA approved property. And then buyers overlook it and miss an opportunity to buy.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that's where that experience and knowing and what to look for is so important. So why do you feel like it's good for a veteran? Why should they use their VA eligibility rather than another, maybe a conventional program, in your opinion, as a veteran yourself too?
Well, you earned it. First of all, you spent all those years working, and this is one of the best VA or veteran benefits that are out there. But when it comes to a loan aspect, there's two big things: 0 down payment and no personal mortgage insurance. Those are huge factors. A lot of veterans getting out don't have millions of dollars to be buying properties left and right. So being able to make that first step in your primary residence and jumping in without having to, spend $80,000 on a down payment is huge. And most of the buyers out there aren't putting 20% down on their properties anyway. They're putting 10, 5, 3% down, and they're getting dinged with that personal mortgage insurance. So
Mhm.
with the VA loan, you get to sidestep that and not pay that PMI. And that's
Right.
money that you're not throwing away.
Right. And like you said, it's something that they've earned and they've worked for. And I've heard sometimes that people say, oh, well, they're not as well qualified as somebody that's putting down. But they are, I've got so many clients that are so qualified, a lot more than some of the other ones putting money down. And at the end, the seller is going to get their money, whether it's all in a loan or that. So,
Yeah, that's another thing that I've seen agents try to explain to their buyers. Are saying, well, because they're putting zero down, they don't have any money, and that can't be further from the truth. A lot of these VA buyers, they do have cash. It just is financially smarter to use the VA loan and utilize their money in other aspects, and that gives the VA buyer a lot of options. And then on top of that, they still have to do debt to income ratios, credit
mhm.
scores. So they still have to be approved, just like they would in any conventional loan.
Right, right. Yeah, it is interesting, the myths, and I'm hoping that today this was able to open up some people's minds on VAs. So, like I said, as a veteran yourself, is there anything that you do additional for your veteran clients that you are working with?
Yeah, absolutely. Something I think every real estate agent should do. And we as a team offer a rebate in our commission towards any veteran and their families. So when they're utilizing their VA loan, we are able to kick back a rebate in Washington State, which will allow them to help pay some of their closing costs and allow for a scenario where they truly don't have to come to the table with any money. So it depends property to property, but we always encourage our clients to ask about our veteran program that we have, because VA loans are a lending program, but there are a lot of grants and rebate programs out there for veterans, and we're one of the teams that participate in that.
Well, that is great, and it's always a pleasure working with you on these and seeing our well-deserving clients and that end up in the home and that. So I really appreciate it. We'll put all your information, but if somebody wants to get a hold of you and find out more about buying or selling their home, is it best to reach out by phone, email? What's a good way to get in touch with you?
I'm a real estate agent. I sleep with this thing underneath my pillow. You can call me 24 hours a day. You have a bad dream at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can pick up the phone, give me a call. You can also email us at info@bondteambrokers.com and reach out anytime.
Great, great. Well, thank you so much, and I appreciate it. And you stay safe, and hopefully we will all be getting out of here soon.
Perfect. Thanks, Lisa.
All right, take care. Bye.